obviously the main like the reason why I want to do this in the hour because the main focus really should be. Let's scroll all the way down. Should be on this and the duo cups as well. Like there should be more of a focus for BR because in the end game that's what's going to be prevalent, right? But the Elite Reload series, that's a really good opportunity to like showcase what you're doing. So let's go through the tourney. Let's kind of see what it looks like. So top 1,000 NAC will qualify on an open cumulative board. So what does that mean? That means really consistency will count. So if you get like top 400, top 600, top 200, you're gonna qual the to the play-ins. Okay, I just want to kind of just show the format before I VOD what happened in the Reload Cup. So when's the play-ins? It's heats with the play-ins. So the play-ins. So top 80 qual from play-ins out of 1,000. And then there's heats, 4 heats. I'm assuming top 5 from every heat. Yeah, top 5 from every heat. Out of 20 teams, which is like, basically like 25% of the lobby. And then when we go to the finals, kind of like a Grands format. The top 2 will go to the LAN, which obviously is like, a big goal. My goal is honestly just to get you to quality heats, to be honest. I think that's actually pretty doable. Like, at the very least play-ins. I think heats is a good goal. And just see what we can do in heats. So, we're going to go back to the Reload Cup. Let's go back to the Reload Cup. I went too far back, my bad. And you can skip like any time when like I'm just doing this. My bad. Here we go. Scenario through paper year and I know we VOD'd this last time, but we're just gonna go through these games again. Let's finish top 1,400. And overall, these matches are pretty good. Last match, kind of trolled to be honest. Should have probably gotten top 5 in that one too, which would have put you around like what qual would be for the Elite Series. But we just got to fix this. So we're gonna go to the first top 5, and I'm gonna like revisit that game because I think like after I was watching it again last night, there was a few problems that we didn't mention, which I think they're important. And I'm gonna VOD some of Luke's games, kind of when I was coaching, just to show how to consistently do good in these games and get top 2s, win on low, that type of thing, and reload. Because I mean, this Elite series is probably gonna take a lot of time in the next month because FNCS is still distant. There's duo cups every week, but then you got the Elite series. I mean, there's actually less tournaments than there were at the beginning. So reload will occupy a good amount of time. So Matt turned gray here, 42 builds. Need to find tech. Tech has 18, so you guys don't have a lot. skip till the 9th zone. He's like, this is there's a point I want to make for that zone. You guys are obviously just gonna shockwave here, which is fine. Full of shockwave, that's good. So like structurally, I think you guys gotta think better of kind of like how you're gonna get a refresh. So like, and the thing in reload, it's harder to get refreshes because there's like less players and shit like that. Um, and it's a lot more likely players are gonna be stacked. I feel like in reload as well because of the mobility. So you want to look for refreshes whenever possible. So obviously Tech is not with you right now, so you shouldn't look at this team even though they're directly above, right? So okay, like what's your refresh plan? Here and down here. And then anyone that's like kind of here, that's like maybe staggering or something, they have no mobility or they're just like weak, and like any solos near you. That's like kind of your plan. That should be your plan right now. Just want to see what we're kind of doing here. So for that refresh opportunity, he kind of saw it coming, right? I think there was something better we could have done because like when you're spraying someone down, you don't want him to see it coming, right? He did a good job of like defending against this. You guys could have went out left like this, like edited this, stare, and almost go for this wall. And because that's a lot, like that's a little more fuck to defend, right? Like maybe even pre this and double pickaxe in and kind of like sneak. And I think spraying there was fine, but just like it's not a likely refresh because you guys weren't together at first and he kind of saw it coming. Spraying him. No, and then when you're spraying here, there's really no chance you're gonna kill this unless if you try to take a wall and you almost drop down here and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try to kill this guy or this team. Maybe I built to my left and like we're kind of spraying here without really trying to kill this guy, right? Like we're kind of just sitting here. Like this doesn't do anything. Like that. Like they're not gonna fucking obliterate due to the pressure. No, you have to make a play. You see this guy's alone possibly, or maybe this team's little shambles. Go for a wall. Maybe like like you just drop down and take the wall, maybe pre it or something. You like instead of pure pressure, there has to be an actual strategy to fight and then get the refresh without a lot of risk. This is not. You're not really gonna get a refresh doing this. And again, we're like still spraying, not even though there's like zero chance we're getting a refresh. So now let's look at the other options I mentioned. This seems a little back. There's a team. There's a guy here. Team's still here. So at this point, there's like no chance you're killing this team. This Pollo Face and Gavin. There's just no chance you're killing them. So it either has to be above here if this team like tarps in another and then you edit them down, or down here. You try to hit a guy 100 and then you literally just try jumping him, right? That has to be kind of your strategy at this point if you're trying to get a refresh. But we're going to continue to spray this team. I'll go drone free, kind of like what we miss. Definitely could have killed this guy. If we weren't looking like at this stupid team right here. Like if we hit this guy 100 and we just jump him, we'd probably get a free refresh right here. And I think it's like 50 builds worth of a refresh. So this guy's a lot more killable than this because he's like moving in late. And then look at this guy. He's he's edited, right? He's edited, so this is like an easy pump kill. But because we're so focused on that team, we have no chance of getting a refresh on. Um, we don't convert on this or even have a chance to. Because like if we were aware of this, we just edit, we pump this guy, and we probably kill him to be honest. And then we just shockwave in. I mean, then we just build and we shockwave in. So we could have gone and refreshed this zone. That's kind of my point. I'll go to the overall night zone mistake. And here, I was doing a good job of this when I was coaching Luke and when he was playing with a player called Zen. Because when they were playing together, Zen was 9 KPR, while like Luke was 28 KPR. So like if you're about 30 KPR and like reload, it should be pretty easy to get kills and refreshes and shit like that. So me and Luke were like our game plan in one of the cups was how to conserve mats, which might be the plan with you guys. So here we do a sprint rotate, tech dies. We already watched this, but we should have honestly just waited till zone was on our back. We utilize our shockwaves, then we go front and we play together. So maybe we shock to here and we just play together. So we should have utilized our mobility better, in my opinion. And then even if this works, like right here, we just stagger here and then we shock in the zone. And then we just like, okay, we look for refreshes behind us or above us, which there's probably not going to be many because we're like on the kind of the side of zone. So that's another thing to note. We want to utilize our mobility as best as possible, right? And we shouldn't be thinking about claiming full low until the later zones. We can take low as a position and just sit there, but we shouldn't be tarping as much. I think that was another thing we didn't do great. That's kind of on me too, because like I was kind of used to the other game plan that Luke and Yellow Belly were doing, where they were tarping more, and it worked well because Yellow Belly was they were able to get refreshes pretty easily. And honestly, Luke's tarping was really efficient, so his tarps didn't even cost that much. So we just have to adjust. I just have to adjust the game plan, and we just got to utilize our mobility a lot better. So we say mats. So we should have shocked this. Probably would have got top 3 if we did. And then we just didn't connect on that refresh earlier. So those are the adjustments for game 1, right? So how long have I been streaming for? It's been a while. I hope that wasn't a while. Still a few games to get through, and then I'll watch some of the old games I coached. So I think the biggest thing, to be honest, the biggest concern I had, I think this applies to you guys in VR too. You guys like look for refreshes, but have like kind of no plan how to get a refresh. Like it's just like random, kind of like random. Like oh, I sit and I look, I spray. You do use audio cues, which I did say, but structurally, how are you gonna get refreshes? And I'll show you that in some of Luke's games in a bit. But I just want to go through all of your guys' games first, so I kind of see what's happening in those games. So go back. Because the thing is, right, like, okay, maybe we get 2/5, but then we get another second or we get another win. What happens there is we add another 50, 60 points to our total because we have to, like, obviously kill the last team to get points. We'll probably get another refresh or two, so it's probably, like, this would turn to a 6-kill win, or, like, any of these would turn to a 6-kill win. Then we're there. We're, like, top 200, which is what we want. We're, like, a game off of doing good, right? So we just gotta figure that out. So now we're gonna go to the next top 5. Oh yeah, and this game too was like probably the worst one out of all of them, I think. Um, so it's kind of important we watch this because I felt like we actually could have got top two this game, and there's still like a lot wrong. You know, even if we did get like if we did what I wanted at the end, and this is just inexperience on low. I think like I'll kind of show you guys what I mean. I really like this game up to 8th or ninth zone. I mean, we could have easily shockwaved 8th or ninth zone, but we are kind of like around an awkward like hill or whatever. I think. Who's messaging? Zarky, join call. I'm botting tech and paper. And I'll send it to them. I'm just trying to do this in like 16 minutes so they're ready for the Elite Cup. I could bot you if you want. I have like less intense games than botting Zarky, but this game's the most intense. I like this because we're like against an awkward hill. It's gonna be hard to shock this, so I like this call here. Could have honestly shocked from here though. Definitely could have. We didn't need a good stack. So we still at 3, and you see like say we shock right now. We get here without wasting a lot of mats. Then we're not really playing low ground at this point. We just sit here, and we shock again. The biggest risk with this strategy is like kind of like we lose a lot of our heals because we could get beamed out of the air. But like I think at this point we gotta find ways to limit our mat usage. And then the good thing is if we shock from here, we get dead side low. We should get like low on like over here from that position. So we should use 2 shocks this rotate, in my opinion. Right? Definitely should have utilized the shocks a little better. You see with like all. Yeah, and that's partly on me because I gotta calm that, you know, and I kind of have to remember it's not, you know, what is it, mat efficiency. So look, we knock a guy right here. We should be instantly ramping this and pushing. Yeah. We don't really see, like, I don't even know what we're doing here. We even get the body, and then now we're kind of panicking. This wasn't great. And then again, now we need a refresh strategy. So now you guys gotta get kind of in front a little bit. Probably like just get in front a little more. Yeah, so right here. So now you guys could just sit here and find something. So no chance you're killing this team back here unless they like go up here and then kill them. So either A, you double smack on this and you see like what's in here, kind of have your pumps out, or you look above and you double smack on this, maybe. So like the goal is you want to surprise this guy. Like if you just spray, you're not really surprising him. So that, and then looking back, and then back here, somebody like runs on your cones. These are the areas you're looking for, like here, above, anywhere here. down here, and then behind. So let's see what we're doing here. That body kind of was gifted from God, to be honest, but we were really looking in those places. We had like two good options there. And again, now we're just spraying something we don't have a chance of getting a refresh on. We just don't have a chance to kill this guy because we have to go to zone. If anything, maybe we try putting this guy on the side if we're a little more aware, right? So like I don't know, like we kind of do this like thing where we spray a little too much, you know, where we're just like, oh, we're just gonna spray this, and it's like, oh man, we couldn't get a refresh. Like, there's a reason why. That might be a factor in VR too. This is good. I don't mind this even though it pulled back up. It's like whatever happens. Just gonna shot this. Box is fine. Maybe drop the attack. It's fine as well. Okay, and this is where it's bad, okay? This is where it's bad. So here when you're doing this, when you're staggering backside as a duo trying to get a refresh and you're crouch walking, what are you trying to do? You're trying to like double chop in and surprise the guy. So like maybe you like go this way, double chop, kill him while he's unaware. Or you crouch walk, double chop or double spray on this guy, but I'm just gonna go to what you guys kind of do. And then look at, someone places a wall, we're switching our guns, right? I mean, like, switching our guns is fine, but whoever placed the wall, that was like a major error. And then we're doing the spray shit again, and he's just aware of it. We literally just sit with our shotguns, we go under this, and we double pickaxe it, then we 200 the guy. Together. But look at how like poorly executed this is. I mean, this should be a kill right here, and then you guys get top 2 from that. Because this game dies out in around 30 seconds. So that's just inexperience, right? And I hope that can be worked out, but like that's, you know, that has to be worked out because, you know, good low teams, they know kind of what they're doing in those situations, like what they're looking for. It's like, okay, I can't really, when you're trying to jump in on someone's box and you know you're doing it, you're gonna die 90% of the time. You're trying to surprise the guy. You're trying to, you know, catch him by surprise and 200 the guy, which you guys had a chance to. But building that wall and then, you know, like, and then you guys just doing the spray thing, like, from far away, that didn't really, like, you guys have to be on the guy, double pickaxe, send him down, 200 the guy, or even steal his tarp for a bit, you know, and then look for this guy maybe over here, do the same thing. So that's kind of my opinion on that, you know. Need to be more aware of what we're doing in terms of the back zone refreshes, because that should have been converted pretty easily, and that's also as well. So, you know, in there, like I said, just we're not looking for the right things. We think spraying's gonna get us the refresh. Like, oh, if we just jump into someone's box, because I think you guys had that instinct. Like, we gotta jump in. You have to surprise the first and then jump in, or like you can't just do that. You know, like you can't do that. Because they could just defend it if they have mats. I mean, you gotta surprise the guy. That's the whole point of crouching up. That's the whole point of it. So, that is that for that game. 36. Okay. Watch the... Okay. Now we're gonna watch the other fifth. And then this game, honestly, we just rotated too late. I kind of knew it. I think you knew it too. Like we just got. I think, like you said, we had to go with the crowd and not be the last team coming in, especially on edge zones. So this game, we don't even need it. Like we just know what happened this one. Then these kids were just keying because they just didn't care about the tourney because they wanted the call. I think. Okay, so this game we're stacked on math at this point. Oh yeah, I think I wasn't happy with this. I'm gonna go back and 1x that. So I think you guys find old loot. So you guys are here. Text me to the front. It's fully built metal. I mean, unless they shockwave in, you guys are fine. That was a poor edit. You need to go up. I think Techie kind of knew that. That was a poor edit. We need to sit there and then shockwave again. Because I guess when you look at the mobility, that's the biggest thing, right? I want to utilize. I think in the next cups we should try utilizing our mobility earlier, and then we tarp out later. Use our sprint rotates, use our fizz later in the game. Yeah, so we have 6. We can just sit here and just shock again, and then we just land on this, and then maybe drop the low and just sit there and wait the shock next zone or something, or just sit up here, whatever we want to do. You know. So I don't really think that was necessary to edit that. We're gonna med bomb again because of this. In a sec. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, it's only shockwave. Oh my god. This game is chaotic. Now it pulls. I'm gonna go to Vapor now. Bombing. All I can do is just shock this. And then again, our plan here should be shock, when zone's on our back. And I'd want to get here, to be honest, like to this position. And instead of getting dead side low, because we know it's going to pull back, get to like a good side alone, just sit there, right? Like that would be kind of the plan here. I think tech still has 2. Does he? He does. So we could easily do that. So let's see what we do instead. Here we go for that body. That bomb. It's fine. And here, yeah, this is where I have to improve because, you know, I should have called here to just stop and just maybe make another box out. And then we either do a sprint rotate or we shock again. My opinion. We're kind of close to zone, so maybe we don't even shock again. I guess it kind of depends on the situation, but this is where the mat efficiency comes into play. So all you have to really do here, Vapor, cone, cone, wall, wall, cone, cone, wall, wall, cone, cone, wall, wall, cone, cone, wall, wall. I'm like trying to like calculate this, so walls like that. So cone, cone, wall, wall, cone, cone. Like I'd say that this should cost 20. I'll say 25 builds. Should cost that amount. Let's see how much we waste here. So that's 50. So we've kind of spent double there because the tarp wasn't done that well. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. And the reason why you don't have to place cones is because you're on the ground. You don't have to place floors on the ground. That's like mat conservation. So I'll show you what that looks like. I might go to creative and show you what that looks like. So tarping there wasn't good. I think we should have we didn't need to save our shockwave there looking back at it, but we need to have those thoughts more in our head. Like we should utilize our mobility a lot better, because especially in that one game, the first one, we should have utilized it better. And then the second game, we definitely should have the 9th zone, we definitely should have used it. So or like finders and that pulls over here. So we do have the shock, so we're gonna use it. Swimming front low. And at this point we do have to place the cones because there's water below us. Okay. I think all we really have to do here is, okay, we have this space. We have this all controlled. So we look our own layer like this. Like this. We look above us like that. This is a little too high up, to be honest, to really like look. Or we look backside, kind of like that. So we do have some options for refreshes. I'll let it play out. Let's see where text looking. What are we doing It's like these little moments here, right? This is a good tarp. This is a good tarp. Um, I think above us we should try to convert on that refresh right there. Like I want to see like what we're looking at because that's the biggest thing. Like we have to be looking at stuff better. Like that was, and probably in VR too. Like just in general, you guys gotta look at. You guys gotta look at what you need to look at better, and not just look at useless stuff that won't get you refreshed. So now we're gonna go to tech, not sales. You're delirious. I'm not going that guy. We are going to. It's another spray. It's just another spray that doesn't really do anything. Because when I mean shoot your gun to get a refresh, it has to be something that you can get. It can't be. It can't just be this where you're just spraying a kid over here, and he's not even there. So if you're just here and you're just like looking through your cone and you just hear this team, you and Vapor could just fuck them together, to be honest, right? And just try to kill one. Or maybe you look through your cone, you see there's a guy right above you on a wood floor, and it's like, hey, Vapor, let's double spray this or something. Let's just see what he does, you know? We're just not, again, we're not looking in the right place here. And Vapor's doing a good job tarping this zone. This is good tarp. We have a lot of space controlled here. This is good. We should be able to convert on one refresh here, for sure. And then, like, obviously, as I'm gonna go to, and this is kind of where we kind of misused our med miss. Like, I wish we didn't use it early because, like, right here, ideally, I would like for us to use the med miss, kind of play zone here, and kill the kid's backside. So we're killing shambles people, and then we tarp in on mid or something. Because structurally, those people are a lot easier to kill than this guy. Like, even though he's wood, this guy, the teams in front, they're usually more stacked. They're usually a little more coordinated. These guys back here, not so much. They're probably a little more shambles and shit like that. So this is ideally what we would do. If it were me, I'm probably still sitting here for 5 seconds. So let's see what we do. It's fine. And we are just sitting here for 5 seconds, which I like. Let's go to drone. Yeah, and this time there's just nothing really there, I don't think. So now we're gonna have to rotate, and that happens, right? Like, you know, reload, there's a lot less players to fucking kill. Zones are smaller, a little more chaotic, to be honest, so I don't mind that. We're gonna get ahead here. This is fun. So now we need something. Get something here that's good. 29 builds. Pulls back. We kind of make a mistake of going this way for some reason. All we had to really do here is just keep on doing this. Cone, cone, floor, floor. Look for another refresh. Show what we do instead. If we're there, we kill this guy right now. For like there, and we're like looking at this guy, we could probably kill him. Or we might hear this guy. And this is just not a good play. So let's just say we got another refresh and we survive 1730 as on tier replacement. 6, but it would have been all solos. Ideally, it would be part of the breakdown. Ideally, you would not kill someone, not zone, and then try to get top 2 at the end of the game. So that game, it's again, just not looking at the right places, and the 11 zone play wasn't great. So yeah. Kind of show you the 2x2. What I mean by that is people do it wrong all the time. I show Luke doing it too. It's like something you need to practice and creative, I'm pretty sure, to get good at it. And I think you did a good job there because I don't think I calmed to do the 2x2 like after the 9th zone because like I know it's better to do it when you're like over land. When you're over water, you have to build floors. So it's kind of like if you're on ulti low ground and there's like land, you don't need to build anything on the bottom, and you just build, hard walls to the side and then hard tops. You don't really need to place a floor and cone as long as. Excuse me. Hello. Hello, man. It's good. You're not. You're muted. Am I lagging? Hello. You're muted, man. You're muted. Hello. Hello, man. That's a jump scare. I'm gonna send him this. So they can just watch it. No, it's just a stream. It's just like going over it. I'm like showing them right now how to do it 2x2 because Vapor is kind of doing it wrong when you're like on low. So, like, let's just say you make a box like this. I'm talking to this stream, by the way. Make a box like this. All you have to do is just this cone. My dead zone's a little high, so I'm gonna fuck it up. Show Luke doing it pretty easily. Cone, wall, block back like that, and keep doing this. No reason to build cones when you're on low ground like that. Just waste the mats. And it's just 4 builds per thing as long as you're in hearts, and then when you're out of wood, then you do like this. Or you can even do it like this if you want, as long as the awareness is good, and then you guys kind of like, make sure you're aware, but it's more cones than walls. It's kind of like the rule of thumb when it comes to that. So instead of doing this is what I think they were doing, Zarky, if you're on my stream right now. They're doing this when they're doing it 2x2. Then they'll do this. Then they'll do this. Like, well, how you do it is you just, okay, like let's say you're boxed. Cone, wall, and then you just keep doing this. This is going up, but like whatever. It's 4 builds doing that. Lots less expensive. But yeah. Alright, stream. I'm gonna go. That's pretty much it. I think it's been an hour, so I don't want it to be too long. Bye.